Hello again to all subscribers and listeners of this channel. You are listening to Obsidian Radio. And I know it's been a really long time since my last upload, been a couple of months actually. But I'm coming back, so let's go forward. So, today, I will be posting my video review of Attack on Titan Season 3, Episode 13, entitled The Town Where Everything Began. And in this episode, we're seeing a huge build up to what looks like to be an epic battle between the Scouts and the Beast Titans, squad of Titans. So this review is a bit late, but at least I got it up. Now, I'm going to note a couple of things. I actually meant to get this review up earlier, pretty much last week, around like Tuesday or so, only a few days after the episode premiered in the English dub. But I got sidetracked by a couple other things that are going on in real life, so bear with me. Also, I'm starting off naming the episode and the episode review of this season as Season 3, Episode 13. Typing out and saying Season 3, Part 2, Episode 1, just for me, that's too convoluted. I'm not going to do all that. It's just way too irritating, so I'm keeping it simple. As far as I'm concerned, it's all still Season 3, so this is Episode 13, I believe. So just to keep it simple. So without further ado, we're getting back into it, guys. So let's do this. Now, as far as my first thoughts, my very first thoughts were finally glad that Attack on Titan's coming back after, 6 months between the first 12 episodes and this one. But this episode started out a bit slow as far as I'm concerned, but built up very quickly into a great and menacing cliffhanger, and really itching to see how the Scouts are going to deal with this situation. So here's the basic plot of what happened. So in the very beginning, remember I said it started out kind of slow. We actually are seeing a bit of a flashback from all the way from parts of Season 1, I believe, all the way up to until where they are now, with Armin doing the narration. We then jump to the Scouts walking through the forest back towards the Shingashina district, a place that many of them, almost all of them actually, had not been to in years. They pass by a sleeping Titan with no incident, and soon after, Armin and Eren have a conversation about their fear and what they need to do to accept it and overcome it. Eren tries his best to hide the fact that he's afraid, but Armin sees through it. He sees him shaking, and Armin admits that he's also afraid of what might happen if they lose or are not able to complete this mission. Soon, they cross over that small mountain and they reach the Wall Maria. And the operation immediately begins. They switch from being on horseback to their ODM gear. They scale Wall Maria. They begin searching for signs of enemies, while Eren goes into his Titan crystallization and seals the wall, or seals the gate of the wall that got destroyed by the Armin and the Colossal Titan. This part of the mission is a success, but everybody, rightfully so, remains wary. This mission should not continue to be this good or this easy for them. So they have to keep watching, just stay alert for whatever is going to happen. After searching everywhere, they can't find signs of Reiner or Bertolt. Fortunately, at the very beginning of the mission, even before Eren plugs the wall, Armin notices ashes and some cloth on top of the wall, as if somebody left something there earlier. He then finds cups, a pot, and some other things that are left at the base of the wall, showing more signs that there was at least 3 people camping on top of the walls before they got there. Armin goes back to inform Erwin. Erwin then, after getting this information from Armin, decides to give Armin command over a certain section of the squad, or of the Scout squad. After assuming command, Armin realizes that the enemy could be hiding inside the walls. And this is genius. I'm going to get onto this later. So the team then is separated into 2 groups, and upon Armin's command are sent to search the wall itself, actually scanning the sides of the wall to see if there's any cavities or hiding spots that somebody could be inside of, looking at everything from inside the wall outward. One of the Scouts finds the cavity only to get impaled by Reiner, who then gets impaled by Levi. But Reiner is able to survive being impaled twice in the neck and in the torso, and he transforms into the Armor Titan. Erwin gives his command to get ready for battle, only to be completely caught off guard by at least 30 Titans transforming behind him on the ground about maybe 200 meters, 300 meters away from the wall. The one Titan in the middle, the tallest and biggest of them, the Beast Titan. He appears and then performs a well-executed shot put using what some people call the glider technique, thus launching a huge boulder at the damaged gate of the wall Maria, which actually is well placed because what happens is once the boulder lands there and explodes everything, the scouts are trapped and cannot go to the other side of the wall. So now they have to face 30 plus Titans or be killed, and there's nothing else they can do about it. The episode concludes with Commander Erwin declaring that this battle is a battle to the death. Either the Titans are defeated or this is the end of humanity within the walls. And that's the episode close. Interesting things that I noticed. 1. Armin is a genius. So somehow he's able to link the two together and say, well, maybe they'll do that. So he remembers the wall Titan's face back when Annie has tried to escape. He immediately and accurately predicts Reiner or Bertolt hiding inside Wall Maria. Again, pure genius if you ask me, and very good critical thinking skills. Armin is a perfect example of how intellect and good thinking and being logical can be and usually is a severely underrated asset when it comes to warfare. Second thing I thought that was interesting that I noticed. Eren is getting better at his transformations. At one point, Eren couldn't even maintain consciousness during his transformation. And after gaining his crystal powers, he couldn't come out of his own Titan body. But this time when he sealed the wall, he transformed, maintained his consciousness during transformation, came out of the Titan body almost completely by himself, and wasn't too exhausted after coming out of the Titan body. So he's definitely making progress with controlling his Titan form. Good work. Third thing that I noticed that I thought was interesting. We're going back to that darker palette, that darker background coloration. Very similar to the one used when Reiner and Bertolt betrayed Eren and showed their true colors. That grayish blue with the intermittent clouds. Very foreboding. Very dark, very ominous, but very good effect. Loved it. Number 4. The fourth thing I noticed that I thought was interesting. Is it me? Or does the Shingashina district itself look bigger? It looks like the walls are taller. The entire space that's being occupied by the town is actually a greater surface area. Everything looks like it's larger and more grand. Also more detailed. And if so, was this done deliberately by the Wit Studio? Or was it kind of a mistake? They forgot what it should look like, but had a pretty good idea? I mean, it has been about, 6 years since Shingashina was ever even animated. So maybe it was a mistake. Maybe it's a... What do they call those things? Not an animation flaw, but like a storyboard flaw. Or was it on purpose? I don't know. And not complaining about it, just something that I noticed. Fox and Anime noticed this too, also, that it looks like Shingashina did definitely get bigger in terms of the way it looks. But, I don't know. Couldn't help but notice that. Fifth thing that I noticed. Levi moved in as soon as he saw Reiner, whereas everyone else was just reacting. Again, that Ackerman power is godly. But whatever. And the sixth thing that I noticed, the slightly remixed Maika Kobayashi soundtrack was absolutely beautiful. All the way from Reiner's entrance to the very last frame of the episode. Beautiful soundtrack, beautiful scoring, and great voice by Maika. Animation quality, as far as I'm concerned, the animation was on point. Pretty much a 10 out of 10 for the animation, in my opinion. Now, the best thing about the episode, in my opinion, was basically like the last 5 minutes. The very abrupt, menacing, and intimidating entrance of the Titans. As soon as Reiner came out of the cavity and stabbed that one scout, it was all uphill from there in terms of the action, the intensity, plot development, etc. 30 plus Titans transforming behind a shocked Erwin. The boulder launch by the Beast Titan. All of this was timed and choreographed perfectly with an epic soundtrack. Just absolutely beautifully done. Worst about the episode. And again, this is just something I noticed about Attack on Titan in general, so I've gotten used to it, but it's still kind of annoying every so often. But there's a slow build-up in the beginning. The dialogue was actually pretty good dialogue, but just felt like it took too long a little bit. But it was a good establishment about the friendship between Eren and Armin. But it just felt like it dragged a tiny little bit in the first 5 minutes. My favorite scene. Yeah, I still would say it's probably by a very, very slight margin. The part where Levi very quickly is striking Reiner twice and impaling him, only to have Reiner transform into his Armored Titan form anyway. Absolutely beautiful animation right there. But there are also a couple other scenes that are very close to that. The 30 plus Titan transformation behind Erwin when he was all shocked. And then I would say this is almost tied with the Levi stabbing Reiner scene. But very close to it was when the Beast Titan's performing his shot put throw. And he's launching the boulder, sending it towards the wall. All three of the scenes were just beautifully done. Very epic. I'll say I'll still give it by a very, very, very thin margin to when Levi is stabbing Reiner. But all three of these scenes were high level, as far as I'm concerned. As far as the overall score for the entire episode, about 9 out of 10. Again, I take off 1 point because the beginning of it just felt a little bit dragged out to me. But yeah, 9 out of 10, maybe a 9.5 out of 10. And overall summary, this episode started out slow, as many Attack on Titan episodes do. But also like most Attack on Titan episodes, it built up to a really nice crescendo of character development, plot twists, and tension in exactly the right amounts and exactly the right levels. Exactly where they should be at. So I really like this episode. The build-up of Reiner and the interest to the Beast Titan were really good. Another really good cliffhanger. And I can't wait till they get to the next episode. And that's all for now. Please like, subscribe, share, and donate to support this channel. You all have a nice day. I'm out. Peace.